e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, a6, the Najdorf, h4, a rare anti-Najdorf sideline. The point is to clamp down on black's kingside before launching g4 ideas. h6, bishop c4, e6, a3, knight c6, bishop e3, bishop d7, bishop a2, bishop e7, queen e2, h5, stopping g4 for good, at the cost of weakening black's kingside structure for the long term. f3, knight e5, castles queenside, rook c8, Pragg castles long, Carlsen doesn't castle at all. His king will sit on e8 and walk to safety later. Bishop g5, rook takes c3, the thematic Sicilian exchange sacrifice. Black gives up rook for knight to shatter white's queenside pawn structure and open the b file for the queen. B takes c3, queen a5, king b1, queen takes a3, the queen grabs the a pawn. Black has full compensation, one pawn back, an open attacking line, and structural pressure against the white king. f4, Pragg counterattacks in the center, kicking the e5 knight. Knight eg4, e5, d takes e5, f takes e5, knight h7. The knight has nowhere good to go. Magnus's pieces start losing coordination. Queen d2, knight f8, knight f3, queen c5, bishop takes e7, queen takes e7. The trade helps Pragg. Magnus's pieces are still tangled and his king is stuck on e8. Knight g5, knight g6, knight e4, aiming for d6. Knight 6 takes e5, knight d6 check. The knight reaches its dream square. From d6 it hits b7 and f7 and locks down the position. Black's king walks to f8. King f8, rook 8 f1, knight f6, queen d4, knight eg4, knight takes b7, Pragg picks up another pawn, bishop b5, queen d8 check, knight e8, queen takes e7 check, king takes e7. Pragg simplifies into a winning endgame. Better pieces, extra material, and the d6 knight still dominant. c4, bishop a4, rook d8, bishop c6, rook b8, bishop takes g2. Carlsen grabs a desperation pawn, forcing Pragg to convert precisely. Rook g1, bishop f3, rook g3. The first slip. Black gets a tempo to reroute. Knight e5. Suddenly, the position is back to equal. The c-pawn is harder to push than it looked. c5. The pawn march was supposed to be the winning idea, Instead, it lets black create a decisive counter on the king side, g5, the point. If white takes the pawn, black's h-pawn races down the board with a winning attack, knight d6. Pragg blunders a second time in a row. The position is now lost for white. g4. Knight c8 check. King f6. Knight d6. Knight takes d6. Carlsen returns the favor. The clean continuation was 39 bc6, keeping the c8 knight tied down while the kingside pawn rolls. Instead, Magnus sacrifices the exchange to free up his knight, and the rook on h8 falls. Rook takes h8. Knight e4. Rook g1. Knight c3 check. King b2. Knight e2. Rook f1. g3. Carlsen pushes the pawn in time pressure and misses Pragg's response. c6. King g7, the decisive blunder. With seconds on the clock, Carlsen forgets to keep his king actively involved. c7. Bishop b7. Rook b8. g2. The c-pawn promotes next move, and Magnus has no time to find a save. Black resigns, white wins.
Coaches, are you still tracking students with spreadsheets? There's a better way. Get a bird's eye view of your entire club's progress and spot struggling students instantly with the Teacher Dashboard. Professionalize your academy today at PawnForward.net.